All right, just let me know when I can start.
Go ahead, you're ready to go.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but this neat little indie film just came out a couple of days ago, like Batman v Superman.
Indie film? Okay.
Okay, that's a terrible. It was a terrible lie. It's probably what anyone would consider to be like one of the biggest hyped movies in the last couple of years. Because who wouldn't think it? Like, it's the combination of two of pop culture's biggest superheroes, Batman and Superman, with Wonder Woman also thrown in the mix. You have it's supposed to be them fighting. It's supposed to be two titans battling out, and it sucks in my opinion. Like, and I don't think I'm alone in this. Like, on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently right now has a 29% rating on it, with the general consensus being, hold on, I had it up here. Here we go. Batman v Superman is Dawn of Justice smothers a potentially powerful story and some of America's most iconic superheroes in a grim whirlwind of effects-driven action. On Metacritic, the movie also has 44 out of 100, which is a little bit better, but it's also on a website that I generally consider to be a little bit more highbrow when it comes to movies. And this critical reception is showing because during the opening weekend, Batman v Superman also had the biggest drop in sales from Friday to Sunday, as said on Forbes, about like $40 million after I think a 92 million debut, which is not bad, but it's also, when you think about how, but in the superhero genre that we've been experiencing in the last couple of years, it's a little bit bad. Like, the previous frontrunner for that was last year's Fantastic Four, which, if you've heard about that story, you know how bad that turned out. And from my personal impressions after seeing it last night with a couple of my own friends, I can see it. I do think it is a very grim, dark, depressing movie that's bogged down by a lot of action and ideas that could potentially be good, and a lot of elements that could also be really good, like Wonder Woman and Batman, but just bogged down with what director Zack Snyder and screenwriter David S. Goyer are very well known for doing in the last couple years. Thoughts?
Can't argue with you. They're trying way too hard to compete with Marvel, and it's just not happening.
Yes.
Anybody else watched it?
No.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see it like tomorrow.
Good, bad, okay?
For free?
Like,
Trade for free.
it was good. It wasn't entirely bad, but it wasn't like, I could totally see that a second time, or I thought, like, if I wouldn't recommend it to someone, but it'd be like, if you had nothing better to do. It's a very
Okay, so wait for movie mill. Okay, thanks you guys. Good job, Marshall.